I was served on 4/23. My court date's 5/15. The deadline for filing an answer to the petition is 5/20. If I did my math right, since it's 20 days forward and then the following Monday, do I have to file the answer before my court date, or can I just go to court on the 15th? She also wants to have to pay for her lawyer's fees, even though she is the one who wants to modify the standard possession order. What is the chance I don't have to do that in a chance of them staying the way they are? I am supposed to get our daughter over the summers. I've established a relationship with her. She knows who I am, and she has family here, including a sister. I'm going to court pro se. Thank you for your time and help. So don't go pro se.
Yeah. The biggest thing I can tell you is you need to hire an attorney right now. Yeah. So I'm going to answer that question two different ways. If he's hiring an attorney, his chances are pretty good. If he doesn't hire an attorney, his chances are extremely bad. Yeah. If you love your daughter, hire the attorney.
A lot of reasons why people lose hearings and lose cases is because they don't do what they're supposed to do. They don't know about the papers or the exhibits or the things they need to submit to the court. They don't know to get online and read what the court rules are and what the court requests in advance. They don't know any of that. So they go in there blindsided because they think, oh, I'm prepared, I'm ready to go. But then the judge is like, I'm sorry, I can't accept any of this. You didn't provide this in advance. You didn't do this. And then there's
tiny little things, one little thing that you mess up, and all of a sudden it's like trying to build an engine. Oh, you didn't realize that you had to put that piston in. Or have you ever built IKEA furniture and had an extra screw left over? Well, if you do that, the same equivalent in the legal industry, you lose your kids. The only thing that you have to gain by not hiring an attorney is you save the money that you would spend on the attorney. You risk losing everything that court case is about. If you're doing that for a case with your kids, you're gambling your kids for a little bit of money.
And it's standard language, right? That they, in all the decrees I've noticed, or even in petitions where they say, you're going to pay for my attorney's fees, or we're going to.
Oh, they always ask.
Yeah, they always ask that. A lot of people freak out over that, but that's always in there. So if you were to hire an attorney, they're going to put the same language in yours.
But the problem that you've got is if you don't walk in with an attorney, you probably are going to pay their attorney's fees. That's why we put that in there, in case someone's stupid enough to walk in without an attorney.
Right.
Like, you're making it easy on us. And and a lot of times, like, we feel bad about it. And there's plenty of times where you may have certain things about the case and different evidence, but like, you've made us have to walk into that courtroom and have to do this the hard way. And then, especially, usually what happens is a lot of times the pro ses are coming in and being just overconfident jerks. And they're just assured that the judge is going to see it their way. And like, their assumption of it from watching entirely too much TV is how it works. It does not work the way that it seems like it works on TV.
We had a client, same situation. She ended up not having us anymore because she couldn't afford to continue on because her ex was making things extremely hard on her, and she had lost her job. And she went in pro se, and guess what? It destroyed her. The whole thing destroyed her because she thought she was prepared. It's sad. It's very sad.
And I hate seeing that stuff happen.
Yeah. So hire an attorney. Figure it out, like, if you got to take out a loan or get with a friend or something, if you're financially scared or whatever, but in the end, it's going to be cheaper for you than if you do it yourself. Because think of all the money you're going to have to pay to fix a mistake that you made.
You're either going to pay your lawyer the fee or you're going to pay their lawyer the fee to beat you.
Yeah.
Would you like to pay for their lawyer to beat you, or would you rather pay for your lawyer to win for you?
Right. Yeah. I wouldn't. I'd rather pay my lawyer.
So whatever you need to do, if you need to borrow money from friends, you know what? Your brother that you haven't talked to in years, and even when it comes down to, you know what? They might actually still help you. And maybe that's the reason why you need to stop like holding on to whatever it is and realize that y'all still love each other. And if you need help, you eat your hat and you go hat in hand and beg, borrow, do not steal, but earn, sell, liquidate, whatever it is that you need to do in order to raise the funds. Call all your relatives, all your friends, figure out what you can do. Get yourself a second job if you need to. Whatever it is that you need to do, make sure that it's there. And there are low cost, like Legal Aid of Northwest Texas. They can help you out if you qualify. They don't take a lot of cases. They can't take a lot of cases. And if Legal Aid would help you, then, sometimes they're a help. Other times it's like they're so busy, they're not going to get to you. I mean, you do get what you pay for a lot of times. He was served on a particular date, and the deadline to file his answer is after the actual court date. He needs to file his answer before the court date.
Yeah.
That deadline is, without anything else. But the court date in here, your timetable is way sped up. And you need to hire an attorney immediately so that they can prepare for that court hearing. Because sometimes you have to have your documents or different pleadings on file 14, 10, and at least 3 days ahead of that hearing in order for you to be able to have anything. If you wait too long, you are screwed.
That's what I was saying.
And your deadline is not this answer date. Your deadline is you're in this right now. Like, stop watching this video and pick up the phone and call an attorney and hire them right now.
Yeah.
Because hours and days make a difference. If you have a hearing on Tuesday, you have to hire us at least on Thursday, and that only gives us a few business hours with which to file everything that we need to file, because we have to have 3 business days.
Well, we also have got to review the rules. I mean, every court has different rules.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't realize that, but there's certain courts that are very particular that they want everything in the day before by noon or whatever.
Yeah. For that, it's very, very time sensitive. His other question was, do I have the chance of staying this the way because they want to do a modification? In order for a modification to be granted, there's a 2-step process.
Don't there have to be cause for it? Like there's reasoning why it needs to happen?
Yes. So step 1 is there has to be a material and substantial change of circumstances.
Like
and it can't
moving or something like that.
Well, it depends. And it can't be something that was predictable. Like, oh, my daughter's now got her first period, so things have changed. You knew when you did this original deal that she was going to have her period at some point.
Yeah.
That's not unanticipated. But where you might get there is if you take that a couple of steps further of, because of that, she had this massive allergic reaction and now she can't walk. And because she can't walk, the other parent, because of their situation, can't actually get her into the house. So she's been having to live in the shed, and there's not running water in the shed. Like, you have to get to where, so now it's material and now it's substantial. And then the second step is now you get to best interest of the child. A lot of people will go in and think, well, that's not in the child's best interest. And the judge can go, I completely believe you that it's not in the best interest of the child. But you didn't prove material and substantial change of circumstances first. Your relief is denied. That really sucks, because the best interest of the child would have been to give to you. Now, some judges won't care, and they'll do it because they'd want to do in family law, and they'll not do some of the rules.
Yeah.
But a lot of judges won't. And wouldn't you rather do it the right way so that all the judges can get it to where it is that you want? This is a splash of water worth of information that you now know. I'm giving you enough information to hopefully know that you need to hire an attorney, because the analogy of throwing you in the deep end, it's like dropping you out of a helicopter with no parachute and into the ocean, and above the
Mariana.
Yeah. Marinara Trench. Yeah. With some cheese sticks and some dipping sauce.
That's good.
So
marinara.
We try to do jokes on the show too. I would probably have done that joke in court, in front of a jury, if I said something like that. Yeah, I say marinara too often. Can you bring me some ranch with that too? So please, you will get over your head in this.
Yeah.
Don't try and do this without an attorney. You got to have an attorney.
Right.
Don't try and fly your own airplane
unless
you have a pilot's license.
If your plumbing is all backing up in your house, are you going to try to fix it yourself? Or are you
not a good example, because I know how to do my own plumbing. I know how to do that.
But you got to figure out where the problem is, and the problem is underneath your house, and it's got to be digged.
So I did hire a crew to do
exactly.
when the pipe burst underneath my house. When I broke the pipe on my RV, I fixed that myself, and I did an excellent job, because plumbing is fairly easy, especially if you can access it. And I know how to do plumbing. People do not know how to do their own legal. And if this was a child custody case for me, I would not do it myself. I would still hire an attorney to do that. And plenty of times in court cases, like if it's me personally, at least one of the other attorneys from the firm is going to do it. I'm not going to go in without an attorney as a pro se. I'm not going to go into any court case as a pro se. I'm bringing an attorney with me, and I own a law firm.
Yeah.
And I'm like one of the highest trained attorneys in the state of Texas. I'm not going to do
I
it.
think when it comes down to your kids, don't take a chance. I mean, don't take a chance of losing time with your kids, or, losing the opportunity to be with your kids. Like, I think people don't really recognize you're playing Russian roulette in this situation,
And here's another thing that you're going to have. You're going to get all this advice from people on the internet, on Facebook and everything, and they're going to tell you what worked for them. Russian roulette works great, for the person that didn't have one in the chamber.
Yeah.
You don't know. Don't play Russian roulette, man. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Because for everyone that will tell you, oh, it worked out for me, great, you got lucky. Great. I can give you examples of plenty of people that it went the exact opposite and would tell you, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, scream at you, like beg you to not ruin your life to do that. Please don't do it. And I tell people a lot of times, I'm like, you sell your house, take all the money that your house is worth.
It's
and
12
just go
hours.
to Vegas and bet it on black. One bet. You got a 50-50 odds. You going to do that with your kid? You going to put your kid on the table and go, kid, you never see this kid again. Or you get full custody. You want to risk full custody or the kid? But it's not even that good, because it's not like betting on black. Betting on yourself in court is like putting everything on one number, where you have a 1 in 32 or something chance, 39 or whatever on roulette. I don't know. I don't play roulette, but I know that if you bet on black, it's almost 50%, or if you bet on red, it's almost 50%. So on that, and it doubles your money back for that.
Yep.
You get several times your money back if you bet on one single number. But why would you give yourself? You've got a really bad chance of trying to go in and represent yourself. Please don't do it.
Yep.
Please don't do it. This is the Lawyer Dana Show.